Hi guys, I'm Andy and welcome back to Backpacking UK. If hiking, backpacking and wild camping are your thing, please hit that subscribe button because that's what this channel's all about. Right, today I'll be reviewing my OEX Evolution Fathom EV200 sleeping bag. Now I use this as a backpacking sleeping bag and a normal sleeping bag. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a 2-season sleeping bag. I tend to use it sort of late spring, summer and early autumn. But it's really good to have a really nice lightweight sleeping bag when it gets warm, especially those really warm, muggy summer nights. You know, this is worth its weight in gold. It retails at £80, however, forget that because you're never ever going to pay £80. This can be had for as little as £30. It's nearly always in the sale. I think it is at the moment. I'll put the links in the description. But I've got the 3-season and the 4-season OEX sleeping bags, and this is my favourite. Now this 2-season sleeping bag has a comfort rating of 7 degrees. Similar to the other OEX sleeping bags, you can forget that. Really the comfort level is like 10 degrees. Once you start sleeping at nights that get lower than 10 degrees, especially when it gets down closer to 5 degrees, you're going to be really chilly. You're probably going to wake up and you're going to struggle to get back to sleep. So as long as you know that, and as long as you know this comfort rating is really 10 degrees, you'll be absolutely fine. But I've used this probably a dozen times this year. I really like the sleeping bag. It's so comfy, it's unbelievably comfy. But as long as you use that within those temperature ranges, really sort of lows of 10-15 degrees at night, you'll have a really good night's sleep. Now this is a backpacking sleeping bag primarily. It weighs just 800 grams, but it comes in this compression bag, so you can really compress it down lots. Lots and lots and lots, make it really tiny. Certainly this OEX sleeping bag, it will fit into any backpack without a doubt. I mean, if you put your knee on this, you can get this absolutely tiny. So this summer sleeping bag is a mummy style sleeping bag. So if you don't like mummy style sleeping bags, if you're tall, you might want to look elsewhere. However, this is a huge sleeping bag. It's 215 centimetres long by 80 centimetres wide at its widest point. So for someone like me who's 5'8", 172 centimetres, me in a mummy style sleeping bag of this size, I've got loads of wriggle room. I've got loads of space for my legs. I never feel like my legs are close together. I never feel claustrophobic in these OEX sleeping bags. So this OEX sleeping bag is a synthetic fill. Now a tip for you, I personally think if you're going to save some money on a sleeping bag, there's savings to be made on summer sleeping bags. You don't really want to compromise too much if you're buying a winter sleeping bag, especially if you're going to use it in winter. But for summer sleeping bags, it doesn't matter if you get a cheap sleeping bag. You don't need to spend your money on down sleeping bags. Personally, I think for summer it's a complete waste of time. These synthetic sleeping bags are really small, really light, really comfy. I just don't see why you need a top-end sleeping bag to use in the summer. So let's get this OEX sleeping bag out of its bag. Right, so it's dead easy to take out. Just loosen the compression straps. It's got a couple of clips on here. The lid pops off. It's one also, I should say, it's one of those sleeping bags that's quite easy to get back in its bag, which is really good if you're out wild camping, you know, or if you need to pack up quickly. It fits in really nicely. So it's got like the OEX branding. It's got like a little bit of a foot box. Don't forget this is a 2-season sleeping bag, summer sleeping bag, so it's not going to have a big winter foot box to keep you nice and warm. It's got a nice sort of big hood at the top. It's got a Velcro strap here so the zip doesn't fall down during the night. It's got a nice big zip pull, which I really like. Nice big chunky zip. Behind it, it's got a bit of fabric and a bit of tougher fabric here just to stop the zip getting snagged. It still does sometimes, but it's not as bad as others, that's for sure. It's also got a toggle here, so you know, if it does get a bit chilly, or you know it's going to get a bit chilly, toggle it up, get the front really nice and tight around your neck. You've got this nice padded hood here, so keep your head nice and warm as well. So this is the OEX sleeping bag out of its packaging. As you can see, it's huge, way bigger than me. It really is well over 2 meters. So in summary, I personally really do rate the OEX sleeping bag range, really do rate them for value for money, but you have to understand their comfort ratings, limits and levels. Now, for the 2-season sleeping bag, I would say you need to add 3 degrees on. I would say the 3-season sleeping bag, you need to add on 4 degrees, and probably the 4-season sleeping bag, 5 degrees. So as long as you know that, and as long as you buy them knowing that you've got to take their levels with a pinch of salt. I think this says something like extreme -12. I mean, that's ridiculous. If you go to sleep in -12 in a sleeping bag, you're not going to wake up in the morning. Limit of 2 degrees. It's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. Ignore that. Listen to me and you'll be absolutely fine. But I really rate these sleeping bags. To be honest, this is the one I rate the most. Like I say, I think it can be had for as little as 30 quid. Just snap it up. If you want to see it first, go into Go Outdoors or that group. They've often got them out for show, and once you feel it, oh, it's absolutely lovely. You get such a good night's sleep in these. So if I haven't before, check out my other videos, got over 100 out there, and hope to see you camping soon. Cheers.